Lina Vernley of Switzerland goes in lane 7. Personal best to finish 5th at the European Team Championships in Madrid a couple of weeks ago, 55.19. Naomi van den Broek of Belgium takes lane 6. Out of the Belgium Cheetahs 4x4 squad that have made so many global finals and finally the European bronze in Rome last year. Lina Nielsen takes lane 5. She broke Nicole Jurgen's national indoor 300-metre record. Great flat races over the last few weeks, and the hurdling is improving. She's down to 54.66 so far. Ilana Jukic of Australia goes in lane 4. Personal best in Memphis on Saturday. So a lot of travel to get from Memphis to Switzerland. She's second at the national championships this year behind Sarah Carlin. Yeah. Alice Morero of Italy is there in lane 2. There we go, they've got a camera on her. The World University Games bronze medalist was close to breaking 8 seconds indoors for the 60-metre hurdle. She's done a 100-metre hurdle personal best this year, so we know the speed is there. What can Morero do here over the full lap? So just 6 athletes. The empty lanes at 1 and 2. Those tight lanes are hard, whatever sprint you're doing, particularly in the hurdles. So the meeting record, 53.63 from Janice Russell, has stood since 2018. The World Championship qualifying mark for this year for Tokyo, 54.65. So Nielsen just 100th off that so far this season. She's the only woman under 55 in this year, so we could see Bibrit dominate from lane 5.
Set.
Ooh, I think that could have been perhaps Jukic.
Yeah.
Just a bit of a twitch in the blocks. That's just my first instincts there from watching it the first time. I'm not sure whether we'll get a replay. Morero making her way off to the side, but I wonder if that's just for a swig of water. Well, if it is Eileen Demes, I think she could definitely claim crowd interference. Look at those spectators leaning over the barrier, almost in her face. Great to see these small tracks here. We've got a big stand on the home straight here in Lucerne. You can see that in the background, but so much of the other spectator spaces standing room only. And there is a red card coming out. What a shame here. One of these 6 women. Is going to Alice Morero. Going to have a discussion here. She can have a look over at the computer, Alice Morero, and you can see on my system here for my commentary position, she's been credited with 0.04, nowhere near to the 0.1 limit for reaction time. Well under it. Morero, just not sure at all, and I think it's hard to just see some figures. Great if Morero could perhaps see a replay alongside that. She's not kind of associating her experience with that reaction time. I'll have a look here at the replay for us. It's a quick movement there from Alice Morero. She's one of the athletes that moves first. That's such a shame for Morero. Each of these races are so important for the athletes. To be in a Continental Tour silver event, get an opportunity to run, and then potentially have it taken away from you. There is a discussion going on here and a shuffling of the cards. I'm not sure what's going to go on here, whether Morero is running under protest. It's come up as disqualified on the computer system. So apologies, I'm not sure what a red and white card means for Morero. Perhaps the indication of that red still being involved, but it's a run under protest for the Italian. The other women there, they've had a 5 minute, well, not 5 minutes, few minutes standing around and waiting. Go back to their blocks here. So Morero of Italy in lane 1, perhaps running under protest. Alana Jukic of Australia goes in lane 4. Lena Nielsen, the fastest woman in the field, goes in lane 5. Naomi van den Broek of Belgium in lane 6. Lena Vernley of Switzerland in lane 7. And Eileen Demes of Germany in 8. And no problems in the second start of the women's 4 hurdles. Good start from Morero, the Italian, on the inside, perhaps fired up with the adrenaline from that false start. Nielsen going well down the back straight, perhaps Lena Nielsen with an early lead, as you would expect, one of the fastest women in the field. They disappear over onto the back straight. It is Lena Nielsen with an early lead as they go through the halfway stage. And the athletes on the outside pushing each other well, Vernley and Dennis, especially the German athlete, and Dennis, the German athlete, just finding a burst of speed there as she hit the halfway point. Just stuttering now, the German, into that hurdle on the top end. Lena Nielsen will hope that this stagger unwinds with her in the lead, but it could be the German athlete, Eileen Demes, with a lead ahead of the Brit. They both take that barrier side by side, and Van den Broek of Belgium closing strongly as well. That's 1 hurdle left for these athletes. They drive, they sprint over the final 50 metres. Lena Nielsen just ahead of Naomi Van den Broek, 54.76. It is a clocking underneath for 55 seconds. Again for Lena Nielsen, she's done that a few times this season. Van den Broek, though, hasn't gone under 55, but I think there with that run, there it is, 54.78. That's a new lifetime best for the Belgian by a couple of hundredths. Eileen Demes, I wonder if she just tired over the last 100 metres. It's hard when you're out in lane 8 and you haven't got other athletes to gauge your pace from. And Lena Nielsen felt like she was aggressive, she was good over the first 150. Had to fight for it in the last 100 metres. You see Demes stuttering into that penultimate barrier, fighting hard to regain that momentum, but at this stage in the race when you're full of lactic, that's pretty hard. Lena Nielsen holding her form well there in the last 50 metres. Good win for Lena Nielsen. No easy way to do a 4 hurdles. Pretty much an event that will always put you on the floor afterwards. Those are results, 54.74 for Lena Nielsen. Naomi van den Broek, personal best, 54.78. Eileen Demes, 55.39, holding on for 3rd place. And Morero, it is confirmed there as a disqualification for the Italian. So unless she can argue something.
The women's 400-metre hurdles in Lucerne delivered one of the most dramatic and emotionally charged races of the season, blending technical excellence with psychological resilience. What was supposed to be a straightforward 6-athlete final quickly turned into a test of patience, composure, and competitive nerve, reminding everyone why the 1-lap hurdles race is considered one of the toughest events in athletics. The tension began even before the starter's gun. Italy's Alice Morero, a World University Games bronze medalist, was shown a red card for a false start after the reaction time system registered an astonishing 0.04 seconds. The number immediately raised eyebrows across the stadium. Morero stood frozen in disbelief before passionately protesting the decision. After several long minutes of discussion, officials allowed her to compete under protest, creating an atmosphere thick with uncertainty and anticipation. The delay only intensified the mental pressure on an already demanding event. Once the race finally started, Lena Nielsen wasted no time asserting authority. Exploding out of the blocks, the British hurdler attacked the opening curve with trademark aggression. Her stride pattern looked locked in from the first hurdle, and her confidence was evident as she powered through the back straight. Nielsen's early pace immediately forced the rest of the field into chase mode, a risky position in a race where rhythm is everything. Close behind, Belgium's Naomi van den Broek showed impressive control. Rather than matching Nielsen stride for stride early on, she focused on efficiency, clearing each barrier cleanly and conserving energy for the decisive final 100 meters. Her smooth technique contrasted sharply with the visible strain on several athletes fighting to maintain form as fatigue began to creep in. Australia's Alana Jukic delivered one of the most courageous performances of the race. Slightly adrift at halfway, Jukic refused to panic. She gradually closed the gap with a strong third curve, displaying resilience and competitive grit. Each hurdle clearance grew sharper, and by the time the field entered the home straight, she was firmly back in contention. Over the final hurdles, the race became a battle of endurance and willpower. Nielsen's early aggression paid dividends as she held her form under pressure, while Van den Broek launched a late surge, testing the Britain's composure. Jukic, digging deep, continued to gain ground, pushing the leaders all the way to the line. In the end, Lucerne witnessed far more than just fast times. The race was a reminder that the 400-meter hurdles is as much a mental challenge as a physical one, where focus, adaptability, and courage often matter as much as raw speed.